Lindsay, thanks so much for being here today. And Lindsay is the director for the Baxter Regional Center for Integrative Medicine. And I know you've got tons of things going on down there. Talk to us about what's coming up.
Sure. So we have a lot going on every month. So what we do is we have 2 to 3 classes a month that repeat on the same day. So the first Wednesday of every month we have a free lecture from 1 to 1:45, and we have it, sometimes over in the Lagerborg, the Ortman room, and sometimes we host it in the other houses. Like our last one that we just had for the month of April was held at the Women's Center, the Schliemann Center. And then on the third Wednesday of every month we have just a short class, and they're about $10. And if you're a member with us, then you get your discount. And those classes are on different topics, and those have just been really neat.
Yeah,
I'm really excited about those. Yeah.
A lot of great feedback coming from folks that have attended the classes. I've been to a couple myself and learned so much that I had things I thought maybe I knew a little bit about. I found out, no, you don't really know anything about them. So they've been real informative. So
good.
And how is the center going? I know we started out in January.
Right, we had our big kickoff on that cold day, and it's but it's going really well. Yeah, so we're really kind of establishing who we are for the community, and we have a lot of great feedback of people coming in saying, I feel really comfortable here. I feel like I can trust the quality of care here, and we've had some really amazing stories. People coming in and
can you share any of those with us?
Well, kind of. Of course, I won't share their name at this point.
No.
But later on, some of them may give us a formal agreement saying that we can share their full story. But we have had some really good, successful stories with massage therapy, as well as acupuncture. We had one lady come in who just, it's strange how this happens. As people get older, you're just not really thinking. It's almost like you shut off part of your brain about your body. And it's there, and you pay attention if it aches, and you're just not really there, kind of a little bit of a disconnect. And so I've watched a lot of men and women come in and just really with the massage therapy, just reestablish that connection with their body and start saying, wow, I'm becoming more aware of my level of pain or what's going on, my level of numbness, and making that connection has really helped them to heal. Just something as simple as that.
To heal versus just ignoring it, almost, putting it, as you say, putting it out of their mind and not connecting at all.
Right, and becoming more aware of it in a gentle way, in a relaxing way. It's like, oh, you're also getting a massage, you're also getting a treatment,
Sure.
So people have enjoyed, just really the space that we hold for them to come in and to start their own personal path to health.
For those that might be tuning in for the very first time, Lindsay, can you go over some of the programs that are offered at the center? That would be great. They may not be aware of all that's offered. Right,
yeah, and we've been getting that a lot because we are different, that's a good thing. Different is a good thing. So we have a medical director, Dr. Ronald Bruton, and Dr. Bruton also sees patients there for functional medicine consultations. And those have been really interesting for me to kind of watch because I have been somewhat familiar with functional medicine, but to watch people go in and get the full consultation and come out, they almost always come out with they don't look overwhelmed, but they just feel like I can just watch their brain making all these little connections and coming up with a plan. And there is a seriousness to it, but they often look relieved when they come out of the room, which is great,
It's another alternative to treating the body.
Right, right. Yeah, he has this 3-page long questionnaire, and you rate, your body, spirit, and your mind, your mental capacity, and you go through and you answer all these questions, you rate it, and you add it up, and it's really a lot of self-reflection for the patient too, and it helps to get them prepared for their appointment with them and start thinking about, until I saw the question written down and had to rate it and be totally honest, and I didn't realize that was an aspect of my life that needed some nurturing. We also have acupuncture with licensed acupuncturist Eric Hardin, and he's also my husband.
It's okay.
So I've been working with him for years now, and it's always a joy to see people that get to work with him, because he does a really great job of making sure that they feel comfortable, calm, and really paying attention, letting them have, some control over the session, and feeling comfortable about getting needles stuck in them.
Yeah.
And what that process looks like. Our massage therapists are doing a wonderful job working with people and coming up with a care plan for them. So a lot of times that's something that you don't get when you get, massage therapy, that, most of the time the therapist doesn't think to say, here's your care plan based on my assessment. And we also have Tai Chi and Qigong with instructor Clifford Liu. And people are really enjoying his classes. They're coming in, and they're just fascinated with, the culture and the history behind the Tai Chi and Qigong. And it's nice to see people get moving, and people of all different health and age and size coming in and getting moving. It's great. And we also have the yoga. So it's been nice to watch Dr. Bruton, come in and look at these cases and work with the providers and with his medical direction and looking at that. And I feel like with, what was once known and a lot of people still consider as alternative medicine, and we're, moving toward, we are integrative medicine, and part of having Dr. Bruton helps us to be more integrative. And I think sometimes with the alternative medicine, you can miss the need to refer to a medical doctor.
Yeah.
And with having Dr. Bruton, I feel very confident that all of our patients are in very good hands and are safe. And all of our providers have the opportunity to, go over the cases with Dr. Bruton and say, this is just something I noticed. What do you think? And that's awesome.
They're working really in conjunction with, as you said, with functional medicine. It's really integrative. So it's not there to replace a primary care physician in any way, shape, or form. It's to work in conjunction with. Am I correct in saying it that way?
Yes.
Sure. And just look at the whole picture, maybe a broader brush.
Yeah. And to give people the confidence, people are interested in yoga. They are interested in Tai Chi. They've heard of acupuncture. They've heard it works, or they have a friend who said it works, but they're not quite sure. They're worried to talk to their doctor. They think, well, my case is so complicated. I don't think that that's right for me. And I feel like at our integrative center that, we're able to accept more cases of people, even if they do have a complicated case, that they can feel confident that, we will work with their physician. They don't have to switch over to our center, that they can still continue their care, and we become part of their healthcare team.
Yep, which is great. What a concept. And that way we're also then taking more responsibility for our own health, which is so important. So many of us as we age especially do not want to just like, okay, here's one more thing wrong with your body and here's a pill for it. And in some cases, that may be exactly the best thing, but not necessarily all the time. So it's nice to have the other options as well. So what else is coming up now? You mentioned that you're having in the Lagerborg dining room. I know there's some lectures coming up there. What's coming up?
So our one that's coming right up will be on April 20th, which is a Monday. And it's from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And Eric Hardin, the licensed acupuncturist, will be giving a talk called What is Qi? Because, you hear the word Qi and you'll see it spelled, Q-I, and it's pronounced Qi. And people think, oh, it's such a mysterious, mystical term. But Eric has a really great way of explaining, the scientific approach to Qi. There's even like a formula that goes with it. So it's a really great talk.
Sounds like a great
lecture
to stop in and see.
One thing that I really enjoy about, I've heard him give a similar lecture to this one, and one thing I really enjoy about it is that it allows people to go, okay, like takes away, it's not so esoteric, it's not mystical. And then people start to say, you know, that makes sense. And I see how I can apply it to my own health. So, you know, it's not scary anymore. It's not, you know, something made up. Like, I really can actually see how, you know, the electrical currents in my body and how that works and how that affects my health. And he goes through the history of qi and where it came from, and traditional Chinese medicine, and then talks about how that term has survived and that concept has survived and why. Because, you know, once upon a time, before modern medicine and before modern science, you know, they would explain things. It was very mystical, very, you know, sounding to us, where we're going, well, that, you know, that's like ghost and weird stuff, and that doesn't make any sense. So some of those old terms, you know, we're kind of making them more modern. We're kind of saying, you know, they've survived, and this is why. This is because we actually can start scientifically proving these. We can actually start explaining these with, you know, modern medicine and modern science. So that's really exciting.
That is very exciting. Very exciting. I look forward to that.
Okay.
I really enjoyed too. One that you had last month was with Dr. Mary Wren, and that was absolutely just a fascinating lecture on giving the various choices and deep breathing, and I mean, it was a wonderful, wonderful what meditation can do and for you. So I hope you're going to have a lot more series like that as well.
Yeah, we are, and we're so blessed to have, you know, like Dr. Mary Wren coming in and giving that talk on meditation. You know, having these really well qualified, intelligent people coming in and giving these lectures for us, and just helping to build the community and helping to bring us, you know, into progressive medicine.
Right, and we are so lucky to have all of those folks here in our area to share their knowledge and their expertise. We need to take a short commercial break. Don't go away. We'll be right back with you.